My grandmother revealed a shocking family secret on her deathbed. Now everything I knew about my life feels like a lie. A week ago, my entire world turned upside down. My grandmother, who helped raise me and who I've always been close to, passed away last Tuesday. She was 87 and had been declining for months, so we knew the end was near. My family, mom, dad, my 2 siblings, Josh and Natalie, and I, had been taking turns staying with her in hospice. On her final night, I was with her alone. She was barely lucid, her breathing ragged, eyes fluttering open and shut. I held her hand and told her it was okay to let go. I didn't expect her to say anything. But then she grabbed my wrist and said, very clearly, "They're not your parents. Sweetheart, your real mom died giving birth to you. They took you in. Your siblings, they're your cousins." I froze. "What do you mean?" I whispered, leaning in closer. But her eyes had already glazed over. She died 10 minutes later. At first, I thought maybe it was a morphine-induced hallucination. But something about the way she said it, so serious, so deliberate, haunted me. I didn't say anything to my family that night. The grief was overwhelming, and I didn't want to stir the pot. But over the next few days, I started noticing things I had never paid attention to before. Family photos where I wasn't in the early ones. My mom looking pregnant with Josh and Natalie but not with me. My birth certificate had always seemed oddly new for something supposedly issued in 1996. So I started digging. I confronted my mom 2 days ago. I told her what Grandma said. She immediately started crying. My dad told her to stop and denied everything. But then Natalie pulled me aside later that night and said she had always suspected something was off. She remembered overhearing an argument between our parents when we were kids, something about never telling the truth. Now my parents are acting weirdly calm. Too calm. Like they had a secret family meeting about it. They keep telling me Grandma was confused and not to dwell on it. But I need to know the truth. I feel like I don't even know who I am anymore. I ordered a DNA test yesterday. It should be here next week. I'll update when I know more. Update. Well, the results came in and they confirmed what I feared. Josh and Natalie are not my full siblings. According to the DNA test, they're first cousins. That means one of their parents is a sibling of one of my biological parents. I confronted my parents again with the DNA results. At first, they tried to downplay it, saying, DNA tests aren't always accurate. But when I told them I'd already spoken to a genetic counselor who confirmed the interpretation, they broke. Here's the truth as they told it. My biological mom, Amanda, was my mom's younger sister. She got pregnant at 19, apparently a one-night stand situation, and didn't want to say who the father was. My mom and dad were already married and trying for a baby, but struggling. Amanda refused to abort and wanted to give me up after birth. But she died in labor due to a sudden hemorrhage. I was born premature and spent 2 weeks in the NICU. During that time, my mom and dad decided to raise me as their own. According to them, it was the best way to give me a stable life. They changed the birth certificate with help from a family friend who worked at the local records office. No one else in the family knew except my grandmother. They made Josh and Natalie call me their sibling from day one. Natalie was only 2 when I was born, so she doesn't remember a time before me. Josh is older and apparently asked questions, but was discouraged from asking more. I don't even know how to feel. Part of me understands. They did raise me. They gave me love and security. But another part of me feels violated. Lied to. My entire identity was shaped under a false premise. I asked about my biological father. They claim they don't know. Amanda never told anyone his name. Only that he wasn't someone she trusted. I'm going to request Amanda's death certificate and see if I can find any trace of my biological father, maybe through GEDmatch or something. I can't explain it, but I need to know where I come from. Final update. It's been 3 emotionally exhausting weeks since my last update, but I've uncovered more than I ever imagined. First of all, thank you to everyone who messaged me about using genetic genealogy tools. Through GEDmatch and some triangulation help from a distant cousin, a hobbyist genealogist, I was able to identify a likely paternal match, an older man named Carl who lives in Nevada. I reached out, and after some hesitation, he agreed to a phone call. Long story short, he confirmed he had a fling with a girl named Amanda back in 1995. He was married at the time and never knew she got pregnant. When I sent him the DNA match details, he was stunned but said he's open to talking more. We haven't met yet, but we're emailing regularly. He even sent me a picture of himself at 25. I see it now, my eyes, my chin, even my crooked front tooth. It's surreal. As for my parents, things are strained. My mom cries whenever she sees me. My dad has been mostly silent. We're all in family therapy now. But I don't know if we'll ever go back to how things were. I told Natalie and Josh everything. Natalie has been super supportive. She keeps saying, "You'll always be my sister, no matter what." Josh is a bit more distant, probably because he feels betrayed too. I visited Amanda's grave last week. It was overgrown, tucked away in the old part of the cemetery. I brought white lilies and sat there for an hour, just trying to connect with someone I never knew but owe my life to. It's hard to explain, but for the first time, I feel like I'm finally piecing myself together. The truth is painful, yes, but it's mine. And I'm not letting anyone bury it again.